everyone, today I will be doing my bullet journal setup for January 2022. So for this theme, I am doing a sunrise theme to sort of symbolize a new day, or a new year in this case. And I am doing this sort of cute, aesthetic, whimsical theme with clouds and the Polaroid photos. So for my accent colors, I'm using some saturated pinks, pastel yellows, and a dark magenta. And then on the cover page, I did one large Polaroid photo with the sunrise in it. And then I also added clouds everywhere. And you can use any color palette, but I thought the pink and yellow sort of blended, or they sort of look nice next to each other. So I used these. And then I'm just adding some random blobs of color. And then I'm doing sort of these cut off lines, like dashed lines sort of, around the cover page for a border. And I think that gives it a nice look. And I'm also adding those dashed lines around the different elements on the page. And then I'm also just adding some sparkles here and there. And then I used either a pastel yellow or a pastel pink to add shadows to the clouds and the other elements. And then I got some washi tape to add a little more decoration. And then on the left hand side, I'm adding a quote which speaks out to me, and you can use any quote. And I just did it in a cursive font. Then I'm adding some clouds around it to decorate. And then I used my 0.03 Copic multiliner to add some shadows to the clouds. So you can barely see it, but it's there. So I thought it just added some more contrast. And 0.03 pens are kind of hard to find, so you can use a pencil for shading or just a thicker pen. And then I'm doing my calendar spread. So I'm doing a large calendar. And then I wrote January on top. And then I added another Polaroid picture. And then on the side, I added 2 boxes for goals and notes. And of course, a lot of clouds. And if you aren't going to use these colors, I recommend picking 2 accent colors that are the pastel colors, and then 1 dark color for the headers and the borders. And adding the sparkles helps fill out the space, and it helps make it more whimsical and cute. But if you want to be more minimalistic, you can just draw the clouds without any of the shading. And then I numbered the calendar on the bottom right hand side. That way I have more space to fill out the other things because I find that if I write the numbers on the top left hand side, I sort of have to squeeze in all my words. And then I'm just adding some more color. And I underline the clouds with one of the pastel colors to give it some more feel. And then I'm going in with my white gel pen to write in the days of the week. And now I'm going on to my trackers. So first I have a habit tracker, and in the past I've done trackers, but I didn't really fill them out. So this month I'm going to try to fill them out as much as I can. So on the left hand side I have the habit trackers and the mood tracker, and then on the right hand side I have a workout tracker. And of course adding lots of clouds everywhere. And for my font I used this sort of bubble letter font. And I'm using Copic multi-liners because they are Copic proof and waterproof and alcohol proof. And that is why I use them, because Tombow dual brush pens, which are the pens I use for my colors, they tend to smear ink. So if I used a Sakura Pigma Micron, the ink would smear and that wouldn't look good. So that's why I use the Copic multi-liner to minimize the smearing. And there is still a little bit of ink that got smeared by the markers, but you can barely tell because the ink is more permanent. And then I just use some of the colors to sort of color in the bubble letters. You don't have to do this neatly, I just did it really quickly. And then I'm just adding shadows to the headings and the Polaroid. And then I added some lines using a thin pen on the headers to give it some dimension. And then for my mood tracker, you can make a simple mood tracker with just boxes, but I wanted to be a little more creative, and so for each day I drew a small cloud. So I would color in the cloud according to my mood. And then I numbered each cloud. And I use a Monday to Sunday calendar, but most people use Sunday to Saturday. So use whatever works for you, and then you can adapt the calendar to whatever works for you. And I'm just adding a few more lines here and there and sparkles. And I forgot to add washi tape onto my calendar, so I'm doing that right now. I like washi tape because it just gives it a funner feel, and it's a good way to use your washi tape because I end up collecting so much washi tape but I never end up using it, so I tried to incorporate some washi tape in here. So there is my bullet journal setup for January 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed this setup. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you have any ideas for me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!